Wow. That was one struggle for me, guys. So now, put some tools away. My broken thumb. There we go. I'm really in a bad place right now because it's like just the edge went over. That's not what I want. A 14 for the torque. Anyway, that's in the other. It's on the tire machine right now. Tire is so stretched. Now I get to try that 505 gummy tire. Right now there's 30 psi in here. I just want to make sure when I come back the next day or two that it's still 30 psi, and then I'll know I won't have a slow leak by starting with a high pressure. Anyways, guys, my name is Marcel Irnie, pro superbike racer, amateur dirt biker, and first time tire installation in my life for a dirt bike with the tubeless, as well as a second first. So 2 firsts today, and scratch my rim. That's 3 firsts today. And I got my jacket all dirty, so I gotta head to the laundromat as a superbike wanderer. Peace. The front is next. So I learned my lesson with the cold tires last time. Yeah, this rubber's getting nice and warm. Even the rim's getting some heat in it, which will make a big difference. So we'll attack that. And first thing, I gotta put the other things on, break the bead, and then get that tire off so I can do the tubeless tape. Anyways, guys, my name is Marcel Irnie, superbike racer, amateur dirt biker, just getting into it with my new 2020 KTM 300 TPI Ep.6 cross-country version. Peace. And while I'm at it, let's take out the valve stem with the tube, which we're gonna get right over here. Okay, the bead lock. Okay, let's get at it, guys. I'm losing light, so we're gonna do this in the darkness. Let's break that bead with the NOMAR. You're breaking the bead, and where the bead's gonna be. Ugh. Oh, so much easier with the tube, huh? You can see my shoulder technique with the NOMAR. Up on the shoulder, spin the wheel. Trying to make it a little quicker. Oh, well, good thing they're NOMARing. Like the name says, NOMAR. Get rid of these guys. And we're going to try to get them to fit in. Oh, so easy to get on. This is what this was designed for. And this one is going to go a whole slot forward. Oh, perfect. Well, it's a lot easier without a moose. Alright, got it tightened up. I'm moving in the rim with the NOMAR machine. A little bit of lubricant, I guess. Actually, let's use this stuff. Not as freaking messy. You don't need, I didn't even use lube on the last one, but I'll try it on this one. Oh yeah, my lubricant is frozen too. Shit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna put a bunch of these in here ahead of time, so I can do them all in a row. Maybe grab my other bar here as well, so that I can go whoop together. To hold it in the drop center, I can take my bead buddy guy. I just want to hold this guy in the drop center on the opposite side. That's all it's doing. I could even take my yellow thing if I can get it in, and that'll hold it in the drop center also. Okay, so this should not be too hard now. 1, 2, and then while this thing's up a little bit, 3, 4. Oh the first half. There we go. Let's pull the tube out. It's my first time with the tube. I never did, obviously with the last one, I never experienced the tube. There's the valves right here. Push the valve in. Pretty much you pull up, it gets in, you gotta just leave it, get it loose. There's your OEM tube. I'm gonna reach down right through the whole thing. Try to get underneath the whole tire. Oh. So make room. I'm gonna like bend the tire top like I do with the street bike tire, and then I should be able to get the wrench in there. Maybe I'll lock it under the rotor. Let's do another one. See, it's underneath. And I can do it with the third one even. I'd not be able to do a third one. Okay. Success. Came off pretty easy. So now I'm going to remove this and I'm going to install the tubeless like I did in the rear tire. I want to show you this trail. This is a real nice little section. Remember this street? Second gear. That's the switch back. Here. Let's go take this over to Q-Man's shop. I think these are Imperial. NOMAR puts Imperial bolts everywhere, like fucking cheap, huh? Fucking bullshit. Imperial bolts are just much cheaper, and that's why they use them. They save themselves a couple dollars. But it's really sad because we all work on metric, so that's a nice machine, but shame on them for Imperial bolts. This is motorcycles, like seriously. Okay guys, so I'm gonna put the tape on again. The tubeless tape from the tube for the tubeless. You want to make sure you got no dirt in there. So mineral spirits works really well. I actually started with some brake clean and I'm finishing with mineral spirits. And then we'll blow it off with the air compressor to make sure we don't have any thing left over. Now let's open up the package. And you can see it comes with the tape and a plug. Oh yeah, I gotta drill it first. I forgot about that step. So I gotta get the, and then I gotta re-clean the wheel. And then it comes with a plate to put it into the wheel. Some stickers. There's your instructions. And this thing tells you, go to the website and watch the video first. So that's what you're doing right now, guys, is that video, my video, etc. So let's get the drill bit out and start with that. 7/16, so that's what I got. And 4 spokes apart. The KTMs already come. Here is the 1 and the 2. Like this is the valve stem and this is the rim lock. So I'm just gonna drill out the rim lock a little more with the 7/16 bit. So bear with me here, guys. I'm gonna make a mess actually. So let's get a towel so we don't get it all over Q-Man's shit. Oh, catches. I am just filing out the hole, guys. Fine grit, emery cloth, and getting the edges of it. So no sharp edges. And then I forgot, let's check all the spokes. Make sure there's nothing, on the spokes that's gonna give us any issues with sharpness. This preventative maintenance so we don't have a flat on the trail, guys, from a sharp edge going through the bladder. The bladder that is inside the tubeless. Scotch-Brite, like a Scotch-Brite. This is a blue or a green. Gonna give us more grip on the tire too here, like in the drops off of where the bead is gonna hit. Clean up the bead area. We don't want any slippery paint in there. We want a good seal on the bead. We gotta clean the thing again. We use some brake clean to start with and then finish again. Everything cleaned up. So I got mineral spirits. And I'm gonna finish cleaning the area with that. And then blow it again with compressed air. There, you can see a little bit of crap picked up. Clean, ready to go, guys, with the tape test. I found it wasn't sticking. So let's get my nail on there as an example. Let's see if it sticks now. Maybe it was just the tape from before. Okay, I got the answer for why it's not sticking. It's just the rim was too cold, guys. So you need to make sure your rim is heated up. And just a little bit of heat. Okay, well this stuff is sticking. Yeah, that was the tricky part. Off balance. Oh, yeah. Okay, keep going. Whoa. Nice. Very good. Just gonna start anywhere in the middle for the first of 3. And I'm gonna stretch it out a little bit and just lay it down. And then I'm gonna start pushing it to so you're not stretching it, just tiny bit. And as you go, you'll stretch it more and more. And just work the thumb. So it's gonna have a nice hold. Now I have seen one video where a guy just left the OEM blue KTM liner that they put in here, and I'm sure that would work fine too, but this one would be a little wider, and I like the idea of that. But I'm sure the OEM one would get you through just fine too. I'm doing this for your guys' benefit. It hurt my back like that. My back has been sore lately. So let me go sideways and continue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch it. Don't go on to where the tire be, just at the edge of the drop center. So I'm going to work my way up the edge here slowly for the next round. And now I'm going to like work. It's going to stretch a little more, but I'm just going to run it right below the edge because we don't want it up on the edge, just below it. And now I'm going to go back and get it to stretch in and adhere. I want it to adhere to the next layer before I put the next third layer on. I found worked well with the first time. And again, use my guide, kind of like you're doing a pinstripe for painting. The finish, the beginning of the lap was right there. So we're gonna go just past that. Now we're double lapping, and now I'm cutting across. And this is where I'm going to cut across to the other side and do the same thing. Just keep it there. So now I'm going to go back and, like I said, get it all molded in, sticking to each other, just in the drop center. I thought this was interesting, guys. I just reached the end of the roll, and look where I am. Right at the beginning. It just made it. I would have liked a little bit of extra, but it did it. Just made the front tire, so they gave you just enough. And there you have it. So let me work the rest of it in, and right down there's where I cut it off right before it ended. And yeah. So everything, make sure it's pushed in and it's sitting into between the spokes. Oh, got the first. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Over those body arms. Body on the arms. Okay, third gear, double shift. That is the end of this episode or this section, so let's go on. My name is Marcel Irnie, Superbike racer, new dirt biker. Oh yeah, before I forget, guys, I am going to take the razor and cut out the holes. See, there is one, and then this is the larger one that we drilled out 7/16. So, ready to go, guys. My next step before I can get this mounted is to get the holes lined up with the actual low, the tubeless setup, and then the high pressure inner bladder. So this one actually needs to be right there, unless I flip the rim over, and then the other one, actually that'll be easier, just to keep it the way it is to show you guys. So yep. And then I'm thinking I'm going to use the NOMAR where I can lock the rim down, and then I can just use it and then put this over top. But in the meantime, so we need to take the valve core out of here as well, and get this lined up. Pull out this bladder. This is your inner PSI bladder that's going to go 120 PSI. wonder how thick it is. I learned my lesson last time. I got my jacket just covered in this lubricant I'm using, like the Armor All stuff. God damn it! I hate this thing. I just want to make sure I have tons of lube inside, and I'm going to put my gloves on and just give it a little spray here. Don't want to get it everywhere. And get it all over the whole tube. Inside the bladder as well. And then let it run down through. So yeah, nice and lubed up. We're going to line it up with the holes. And I'm going to put this, oh, much easier when it's lubed to get it to fit. It's so slippery it wants to pop out. Get in there. There. So now look, I can slide it in and out. And this lock nut stays on here, guys. You just leave that there. Just put that through the big hole, and you guys should all have a handle on this, right? And then that's why the lube's there. My marks are off just a little bit once you actually put it back. That's why we got the lube in there, so you can adjust. Because now that it's being forced in, I can see the valve wants to come out at an angle. Put pressure on this guy. And why not put a little bit of lube in the drop center at the same time? This one might work better than the last one, just by hand. I forgot the tire spoons. I didn't even bring the damn tire spoon with me. Let's try it without it. Apparently, sometimes you can get it. It's not going without a tire spoon. That's ridiculous. I'm going to try this without the NOMAR and using some tire spoons. So, because I just want to have it done for tomorrow.
You have it. It just bogs up anything. Mid-range. My power valve is 1.5 millimeters. Turned in from flush, but I've turned it out from stock.
I don't know if it says in the instructions, but I'm actually going to put on this to hold it in position. Probably the instructions say that. The bead lock. So that way, and then put on the little guy. Okay, so there's that guy. And I want this to stay tight, so it'll help it give me more drop center maybe. Tightening down just a little more, finger tight, guys. Okay, let's see if I can get this on. Okay, so, and then I would just need somebody to flip it over as I'm holding this. So that is the tricky thing. Now I'm squeezing this, make sure it's all in the drop center. Give me some room. This is holding it down there. Shit. Damn it. It's just so slippery now. I don't know what I did last time to make this any better. Okay. Let's use that edge right there. And essentially, I'm going to go underneath the whole thing. And voila. Let's go try at the top here. Okay, so this is holding it there. Not scratch my room too much. And just a little cut on there. There we go. Okay. I think I put one scratch on my rib. I don't know if I just did that one right now or was that from before. So yeah, that was much better.
I'm gonna head back and find the trail that I was just on. Slowly work my way back to pit because you gotta leave at least a good hour of sunlight for in case of emergency.
Oh, I almost forgot, guys. Let's make sure it works. So let's throw in like 100 PSI. There we go, there's 100 PSI. And that's how it works, guys. What it does is the tire would be between this and the rim, and that would create a lock between the tire bead and the outer of the rim. So that's how it works, guys. It just inflates and holds the bead, and that creates a chamber out here, which then you fill through right here. That's where the air will rock through. And that, because that's your low pressure, and then this is your high pressure inner. So yeah, I didn't wreck the tube. It's a good check, and we'll come back at it.
Oh, I gotta run up this thing. Ah, getting old. Oh. Oh yeah.
I would like to end this video and say special thanks to Q-Man Quentin for letting us use his heated shop. Quentin wants to be here and to help out. He loves being part of the videos. Oh yeah. We got the dirt bikes, we got the RZR, we got the dually. Let me in.
Come on in, buddy. We're
Oh, yeah.
going to Moab. Yeah.
That's right.
Off to Moab we go.
Videos, but unfortunately he is really sick. He's been sick for a week. No, I mean he's not really sick. I mean he's got like, you know, the flu. He'll be okay, but he's still got another week of healing from the flu or whatever it is. So this is Side-by-Side World with Q-Man's shop, guys. Anyways, check out his business, Full Circle Adventures. If you want side-by-side tours in Kelowna in the winter with tracks like you've seen on the Tank Life. Where are you taking us, Q-Man?
Down some. We're going down a dark alley. And I don't know what's in this rag, but he keeps asking me to smell it.
With tracks like you've seen on the Tank Life or in the summer, spring, fall with tires. You know, with any of these machines, this is the winter rig for the tracks. And then you can rent even this one with the electronic dynamic suspension, so you get the Premier stuff, you get the turbos.
Looks like we are here, over. Rolling into the canyon and down, over.
Or you can get the ultimate rock crawler terrorizer. So anyways, let's thank Q-Man. Peace. Okay, welcome back everybody. Finally gonna put on that Metis 19 super soft C19 yellow stripe front. Tire has been warm in Q-Man's shop, and I was thinking I could check where the balance point was, but obviously with the rim lock is the bottom of the weight. So in terms of balance, if I want to balance the wheel, that's going to be the opposite. So we'll look on the tire if there's a light mark on the tire or not. Okay, let the games begin. This is my second time ever installing a dirt bike tire, and again my second time ever with the tubeless system. And oh yeah, I gotta pull the valve stem first, and it held pressure for a week now, so that's good. Whoa, lots of pressure. Alright, now we got some drop center. I'm going to do it with the rotor up, and we're going to end up there. So just mount it in the NOMAR machine. I'm going to do it a little differently this time, guys. I'm going to mount the wheel on the machine. Last time I put the tire in, I put the rim in the tire, and it just made it more complicated. because I couldn't then use the machine. Oh yeah, and look for a mark. There's a little white mark right here, so that might be the lightest part of the tire. Could just be nothing. It should be more defined than that, but let's just assume that that is it. So the lightest part of the tire is going to go right there. And so I'm going to put the lube on the top side of the rim here. This paste lube, it's just like tire paste. You don't have to get it from NOMAR, it can get from anybody. And we're going to push the tire on, guys, before this rim starts to freeze. And we should be able to just wiggle this freaker on here. This is all experiment. Oh, this might not work with because I can't get it into the drop center, right? It doesn't work. Okay, that's not working. Let's go back to the regular method, guys. So pull this guy out. Use that plate they supply right here. Where the frick is the direction? It's only on one side. Let's put it on both sides. Rotation. Okay. Start with the. Just sit on the tire a little bit. Get it inside the tire. And use a couple tire irons. Or just one. You might need a second one. Okay, and I'm in. There you go, so you can pull this out. Don't need that right now. Now we need to get the tire on the damn thing. So this is where I was not able to use the machine like I wanted to. And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying a garbage bucket system. And I need one more iron to finish the... Try to shove that in there instead. Use this guy. Go give it some give. Almost there. Little lube. There we go, got it. Okay, so now I can finally use the damn NOMAR machine. Shit. Shit. Tubeless makes things difficult. Okay. God damn it, stay in place. There we go. Where's my ratchet? Oh, it's on the thing already. Ah, shit! I fucking hate this shit. I got it locked in. NOMAR. So now we're gonna start by getting this thing freaking on the damn thing. So I can just put it in the drop center. Maybe I put on this little hold down for the drop center. I lubed already, guys, the inside of the bead where the tire is smooth along and on the rim. So kind of taking the 3 at the time. It's much easier to do them in a triangle like that. Okay, so now I can pull these guys. Just leave that one in the corner there. And let's go to this side. We're going to end up over there just the same. Try not to scratch my rim like I did on the rear. Just tiny little bites. I can't wreck that bead. If you wreck that bead, it's over. New tire. And I would have been better off paying somebody to do it. I'm going to make sure that it gets in the drop center. And let it ease off as you go together as a grouping. Try to do 3 at once in a small little hooks. Okay, let's get this guy. It's too big of a hook. It's too much. Oh. Not working, guys. Get that in the drop center. Just a little bite. Just a little bite at a time. Some lube on the backside so it falls in the drop center. And we're doing it right over the rim lock at this last section here. Kind of stretch it out a little bit. I was watching a guy do that. And then release the one as you do it. And at the same time to relieve the drop center over here. Kind of just, I'm going to put one of the Ys I'm not using in over here. Just to hold. So then, get that. Whoa, watch it. I guess eye protection is a good idea too. Oh, it came out over here. Shoot. It's okay. Almost there. Get this heat out of my butt. Let's do little bites. Just like an inch, maybe even. Just like a little inch, guys. Give it some tie down. Another little, maybe like a, not quite an inch. This way we're not gonna ever wreck the bead. It wants to come out. And the drop center lubricant. Getting closer. Don't want to wreck that frickin' bead. Let's go up to this side. It's getting real tight, guys. Gotta hold that. You can see why a couple set of hands can help. Almost there. There we go, another.
Woo! This KTM is so light feeling. Whoa, yeah, we need more traction. Woo! Sorry guys, I'm having too much fun to go blue. Oh, trail. Oh, I see the wheelie power. Stand up. Hard to stand up. Up, up, up. Third. One of these days I'm going to want more power, and I'll have to put a head on it.
Yeah, guys, I got it. It was tough, but no scratches. That was from riding. No scratches. Okay, so let's fill it up to 100 psi. There's 116 psi. And this is the low pressure chamber that you normally run not very much. There's 44 psi. There you go. Tire's holding there. It worked. It worked, guys. So I have 120 psi or around that. I just used the bicycle pump to top it up. And then the low pressure one I filled up to like 30. So now the bead is perfectly seated, as you can see. And so now I'm going to torque this down. It's 9 foot-pounds, which is 108 inch-pounds. So we need to grab some tools. It's going to be a deep socket if I want to do it. And it's a 14, so here's a 14. Seattle tool. Oh yeah, and I got my torque wrench right here. 100 inch-pounds, just under. Let's see what it feels like, how loose it is. Just get some tension on it. So if we're not using a torque wrench, then I'll have a good idea about how tight I want it. Okay, so let's get the torque wrench out. You know what, I'll send this, we're gonna get a feel for it. I'll set it for 90. So then I can feel the last bit to get it tight. It's gonna take some wrenching. Oh, there's 90. So now let's get a feel for that, or I'm gonna get a feel for that. Oh yeah, it's relatively tight. Okay. Now let's tune it to 100. We'll just go at 100. Obviously these things can be plus or minus and I don't want to overdo it. There it is. There's 100. Now let's get the feel for it. Okay, yep, I got a good feel for it now.
So I think I'm in second gear. Oh shit! Oh, that would have been bad if I fell.
Now this is the first time I've ever attempted or wanted to balance a dirt bike wheel. And all I did is I took my weights, and this is definitely the heavy side with the rim lock. And I figured out how much weight by just taping the weights on with some duct tape to the spoke. And I finally got the wheel to balance as opposed to this dropping to the bottom. Now, and there goes one weight. And then so that made the difference. It takes a lot of weight to counter that rim lock. And then, oh yeah, at the same time I was checking to see if the rim is bent at all. As you can see. Oh, that didn't help. It's really pretty straight. We're talking millimeter here, broken down, as you can see for what it's talking about. Because I don't actually have spoke weights because I'm a street bike racer. So I just got 2 rows and I taped them on. So that's how I want to see if I can get them to stick down. I'll give it a shot. So the first thing I want to do is, of course, I want to prep the area. And so I'm just using some brake clean. You know, you could use mineral spirits, whatever. So again, here's the heavy side. And so we're going to put it up here. You can see how off balance the wheel is. Watch how quick it goes. And it's going to swing up and down. So let's hope I can get these things to stick because it is freezing in here. I'm just going to pull back the peel and go to where I got my mark. I don't know if this is even going to work. Maybe like some... Where did it go? Come back here. If I can get these channel locks are big enough. I'm trying to get it, it kind of sticks off the edge just a bit. I'll see how long they last. Better than nothing, I figure. So, give me a little bit of when I'm on the fast sections. I was actually able to compress it to bend it. You see with the marks, I'm getting it to bend to the shape of the rim. So, I'll put some Gorilla Tape over that, but it when you let it settle down, it's balanced. I could put like another quarter of a weight on it, maybe, but it's not worth it. Never mind, my OCD took over. I added one more. So now it is perfect. Let go and hold. Ow, just a tiny bit. Whatever. Trying to make sure the tape sticks, guys, covering the wheel weights. So heat is your friend when you're in a freezing cold shop. Ready for moto, guys. There's that new Midas front C19. Super soft. Lots of parts to install, but it's freezing out here. I'm getting out of here. Hey.
I see the light. Let's go towards it. No matter what's in our way. The light. Oh, there's a branch. I can't see shit. Gotta use the hat. Oh, I made it. Oh, butt kicker. Moto dirt. Third, or fourth. Third. Look at that torque, that's right. Oh yeah. We got down to, I don't know, third.
Well, you know, 8.5, that should be good. I've never run below like 10 before. Oh. Fortunately, my back is getting sore already. That's not a good sign. I've been in physio for that. There's a lot more air in the rear. There's 6.5. Let's take it down to 6. This is awesome. The tubeless system, guys. Here's the advantage: traction. That, or you're gonna run a soft moose like the NOS 305. Woo! Oh yeah. Good stuff, good stuff. 2020 KTM 300XC, and we're gonna put some parts on it today from Tugger. And so I've been wanting to get these for a while, and so there it is, Tugger. And motorcycle lift straps. So this one is for the rear. It comes with a bunch of bolts and stuff, and then there's one for the front that'll go around the forks, around between the triples. And what I've really been wanting as well is a toe strap, something light, easy to maneuver, can carry it with me. 2,800 pounds. 2,800 pounds, wow. Anyways guys, that is the Tugger tow line. I will make a video using the tow line with the Tugger front strap with my friend on, say, his dirt bike or his side-by-side. Just not out in the ice right now, because that seems very pointless and dangerous. Okay, my name is Marcel Ernie, Pro Superbike Racer. This is my YouTube channel. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you want to see all the behind the scenes, in the life documentaries, all the new races, qualifying, and FP1, FP5 sessions, track day, rider training. Get on my Patreon channel. That's patreon.com/Irnieracing. Thank you very much. Peace.